Hi, I'm Russ Allred. I'm one of the co-authors of Best Practices of High Performance Entrepreneurs and one of the co-creators of the High Performance Entrepreneur Action Plan. I'm here at the Utah State Small Business Development Center to interview with Greg Panicello, the State Director. We're going to be talking today about how he has used our system to help local entrepreneurs to grow their businesses here in the state of Utah. We hope you will be able to watch this video and learn how you might add this to your repertoire or as a tool in your toolbox in your state SBDCs, and also work with the Sunbelt business brokers in your area to increase the economy of your area and specifically help entrepreneurs to grow their businesses.
We are very focused on finding tools to help assess clients and then help them monitor and track their activity. The ability of this system to allow them to work through the web as an online tool to monitor and track the activities, to prioritize and focus on the things that are important, and then, as I said earlier, to track that activity and look back and see where you're going, I think is a very powerful tool, and I'm totally supportive.
All consultants talk about mission statements. Why you exist? What is your purpose in the world? Our mission statement is to help 50,000 entrepreneurs to increase their gross revenue by at least $1 million. That's our goal. And we have created a network through the Small Business Development Centers and Sunbelt business brokers to reach out to 50,000 entrepreneurs. We know that if we achieve that, it will contribute $50 billion to the gross national product of this country, something that we need more than anything right now, more than bailouts, more than stimulus. We need to help the entrepreneurs increase their gross revenue, in our opinion, by $1 million minimum. What we try to do, rather than say, okay, think globally, because that's what all of the other consultants say, we say, multiply your sales by 5. That's something that we can all understand. My sales multiplied by 5. That's a figure I can count on. It's concrete. Now break that down into weekly sales. How many sales per week do I have to make to reach 5 times my current revenue? If you're trying to reach $1 million, you have to do $20,000 a week. If your average sale is $1,000, then you have to do 20 sales a week to reach $1 million a year. How do you do that? It's pretty simple stuff, right? 20 sales a week. Well, I'm doing 5 out of my current location, so I'm going to need 4 locations. Start looking for 4 locations. And now, what kind of personnel do I need? Gee, I can't monitor 4 locations at the same time, so you're going to need at least 3 managers, maybe 4. What kind of technology do you need to tie those locations together? Maybe a computer system, maybe email, whatever it is, we define it and then we create it. And that has built the greatest, most successful businesses in this country in the last 10 years. So, and I'm going to qualify that. They're not the greatest businesses, but they're 5 times better than they used to be. And that's what we're talking about for entrepreneurs. I am not one to go in and tell you how to run your business. And the other practitioners, our advisors, consultants, if you will, we train them not to tell you how to run your business. We help them guide you to work on the things that you should be working on. One of my favorite statements is, if you're running the register, you're paying your cashier too much. You as a business owner need to be working on the growth of your business, not the daily sales of your business. That shift in your mind has to change so that you can become a high-performance entrepreneur. And I think that's the biggest thing that we offer is an assistant to help you change from being self-employed to being a business owner that other people work for you. Other people pay you. You can make money whether you go to work or not. That's what being a true business owner is about. I started with an orange packing house, and this was pretty simple business. You bring in the oranges, you wash them, you treat them, you sort them, you put them in boxes and ship them. That's what they were doing. They were very happy with $3 million a year. $3 million a year that's a pretty good business. But I went in and I helped them see a vision. And right now, 10 years later, they're doing $30 million a year by following this process. They set an outrageous goal that, probably nobody thought they could achieve. And then we systematically implemented the practices that they needed to achieve that goal. And again, 10 years later, they're 1,000 times bigger, from $3 million to $30 million a year, and we're using the same process to take them from 30 to 150 million a year. The processes are the same. The scale changes as the business grows. This program works because we concentrate on the entrepreneur. We concentrate on income and equity, on concrete goals that the entrepreneur can achieve. We start with an outrageous goal of 5 times your current revenue and help you create the path to achieve a business that can produce 5 times your current revenue. We want you to think about how much money you'd be making if you could sell 5 times what you're currently selling, and that's where we start. The other reason it works is because we concentrate on the tasks that entrepreneurs typically ignore. The business processes, policies, practices, procedures that form a strong and lasting business. In fact, there are 300 of them included in our book, Best Practices of High Performance Entrepreneurs.
The key is the 318 or so questions, and then being able to prioritize what's most important. That to me is what the criteria is for setting the goals. And then the tool can be used effectively to monitor and track the capacity to move forward and be ready for moving on to the next priority.
We utilize those, utilize your input and your assessment of how well you're doing in each of those best practices, then input that into a computer system that prioritizes your assessment of your performance against what you should be doing, and now create a prioritized action list of what you need to do to achieve 5 times your current sales revenue, 5 times your current income. That's what the system is about. It works very, very well. We have 2 clients on the Inc. 500 list of the nation's fastest growing businesses. Every year, Inc. magazine produces a list of the 500 top performing privately owned businesses. And we have 2 clients on that list. We have other clients that have gained ranking on the Inc. 5000. One client was the producer of Bejeweled. Bejeweled is an internet game, and they do about $50 million a year. 6 years ago, it was a startup company, and they progressed from startup to $50 million a year in 6 years. They did that by following the best practices contained in our book, Best Practices of High Performance Entrepreneurs. Those are the kind of results we know you can achieve.
Order your copy of Best Practices of High Performance Entrepreneurs by calling Russell Allred at 661-319-3072 or check us out on the web at hot100business.com.